breakups hurt the body just as much as it hurts the heart and the mind. Did you know that your body remembers the breakup just as much as your mind does? The tightness you feel in your chest, the knot you feel in your stomach, the heaviness you feel in your shoulders, that's grief living in your body.
Remember that you don't have to change the world. Just don't leave it the same. So live fully, love deeply, and laugh hard.
The mind and body are synonymous. And there's this misconception that they're two separate entities, but in actuality, they live amongst basically one another. They piggyback off of one another. And one of the fastest ways to release that pain, that grief, the emotions getting trapped in your body if you don't process it regularly is through movement, as cliche as it may sound. So today we're going to dive into exercising being so important and so crucial when it comes to your healing journey. And by the way, the problem we often fall victim to is that we didn't heal. We just moved forward, worked out, buried ourselves in work, thinking that eventually things were just going to fall into place and we were going to be okay, when the truth is, if we didn't face those issues, those emotions, those problems head on, they just linger. They linger around until they become so much of an issue that you have no choice but to face it. And you know why healing matters when it comes to your body? Why it's important to actually pay attention to the impact it has on your body is because breakups trigger the nervous system, that fight, flight, or freeze response. So although we have an emotional response, our body reacts to it also. That's why oftentimes you hear people have like conversations saying like that person makes me sick to my stomach. Notice how like we naturally, when we talk about emotions, oftentimes there's this body component associated with it, right? When it comes to love, we feel that butterflies in our stomach. Or when it comes to anxiety, the tightness in our chest. Or when it comes to depression, the heaviness in our body. Sadness, feeling just heavy in general. There's that mind and body component. So understand that the stress hormones that are triggered by the nervous system through a breakup, cortisol, adrenaline, it gets stored in the body. There's this book that's called The Body Keeps Count. I forgot who it's written by, but it talks about this exact topic. Being able to understand, yes, it's important to journal, to pray, to meditate, but it's also just as important to move, to hydrate, to eat well, to exercise, to be able to give your body the ability to process those emotions through. If you don't move, those chemicals linger and they keep you feeling stuck. Motion shifts emotion. You ever had a day where you just sat in bed all day, rotting, ruminating in your thoughts, in your emotions, maybe processing, maybe not, you're just stagnant and you feel stuck, and so does your body. But the moment, I've never regretted this, that I've gotten up and decided to go for a walk, like today, about a few hours ago, I went for an hour and 20-minute walk, power walk. I came back feeling like I was on all types of drugs. The sun was hitting me, saying hi to strangers and neighbors, being able to move around. Motion shifts emotion. So we need to be able to do that reset, not only emotionally, but physically. Exercise releases endorphins, natural mood boosters. As simple as just going for a walk. It helps regulate your nervous system, helps soothe it. So movement shifts grief from being stuck to energy, and to this released energy. So from a cognitive behavior therapy perspective, behavior influences mood. Waiting to feel better before moving will keep you stuck. But moving first before you feel better creates the feeling of relief. So it's kind of like the Mel Robbins theory where she talks about the 5-second rule. She was in bed, letting her bills pile up, not working, not knowing what to do with herself, ruminating, just rotting in her bed, telling herself that she was going to do something but never followed through, just let things kind of roll into the next day and then another day and then weeks into months. And she was watching the television in the news where NASA was like launching one of their rockets and they were counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she thought to herself, what if I were to just launch myself out of this bed? So she counted down from 5 and launched herself out of the bed just to create movement and motion. And then she did the same thing, counting down and just grabbing the first bill and an envelope, opening it up and trying to manage one problem at a time, moving before she was technically ready. Because if you wait till you're going to be ready, you're never going to be ready. You're never going to take action. Taking action and allowing your emotions to kind of just follow suit, you're making sure that you're in control. So here's a practical step I want to give you, okay? It's going to take 2 to 3 minutes. Pick one form of movement today. Pick just one form of movement. It doesn't have to be the gym. It can be a walk. It can be like a 10-minute brisk walk, push-ups, stretching, yoga at home, whatever it may be. Pick one movement today, right? Dancing to your favorite song, whatever it may be in your living room, doesn't matter. Focus less on performance and more on the release. This is what they mean by if you change the way you look at things, then things you look at end up changing. The goal isn't fitness. The goal is freedom. Giving your body permission to release whatever tension it's been holding on to from the breakup, from the pain, from the grief, from those uncomfortable emotions, because they do move through the body. And if we don't move, they get stuck if they don't have a place to be released. And just so you know, piling on those negative emotions, allowing them to build up, leads to physical illness. It can lead to chronic illness. There are studies that talk about individuals that have unresolved emotions that are stuck in their bodies lead to illnesses. Being able to move and create movement so that your emotions move along with it, it improves your overall quality of life. So just do it, like Nike says. And here's the journal prompt for today. What emotion have I been carrying in my body? And how can I move today to release it? I'm telling you, just as simple as a 20-minute walk, a 10-minute walk, changes mountains, moves mountains. I'm telling you. And don't crack it until you try it. I'm speaking from personal experience. There's been days and moments where I just want to stay in my bed. I don't want to move. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't even want to see the outdoors because I just feel sad and I want my body to remain stagnant. But the moment I've moved, I've gotten up, made my bed, moved, just gotten out of the atmosphere. Even if I got up and went to a different room in the house, it changes my overall mood and experience. And my emotions have no choice but to get with the program. So again, what emotions have you been carrying in your body? And how can you move today to release it? Your body is literally your best friend when it comes to the healing journey. So why not treat it as such? It's literally your best friend. Every step, every stretch, every bit of movement teaches your nervous system, I am safe because I am moving forward. Don't underestimate how powerful this can be. Just the tiniest bit of movement is part of that 1% that compounds over time that transforms your entire life. And although this is day, 17 of the 30-day detox, 30 days no contact, this alone, whether it's your first day, I've said this many times before, moves mountains. This can shift your overall experience when it comes to how you interact with pain and how it's been trapped in your body and maybe you didn't even realize it. First step to change is awareness, learning. Second step is experimenting, trying what fits for you, whether it's a 10-minute brisk walk, maybe just jump roping, or stretching, or doing yoga, or just dancing to your favorite playlist for 5-10 minutes. You're giving yourself permission to release those emotions that have been lingering in your body. And if you want more accountability, a safe space to hold your hand throughout this journey, throughout this process of healing, I encourage you to please check out the healing community. There's a 7-day free trial. We have weekly group Zoom calls. I call it Ask and Heal, because you pop in, you ask, and hopefully through different perspectives or just being reminded that you're not alone, being validated, it gives you permission to heal. So I would love to see you in there. Regardless, I'll see you tomorrow. And I want you to remember this. You don't have to change the world. Just don't leave it the same. So live fully, love deeply, and laugh hard, and help someone. If you can't help them, at the very least, don't hurt them, and start with yourself. Until tomorrow, peace from Dees.